Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the Friday, February 26th edition of the Carolina Weather Video, setting up for a nice weekend, and then we'll talk about what's ahead as we get into next week, and again, some longer range thoughts as we get a little bit deeper into the video. Let's begin this morning with a look back at a photo that was sent in, actually posted on Twitter. Pretty neat shot there of the rainbow that a lot of folks saw later Wednesday, that one appearing along the coast over the Frisco Pier. And then another unfortunate aspect of yesterday was all the damage surveys being conducted across portions of North Carolina. National Weather Service out there doing those storm surveys, emergency managers assessing the damage and all that from the big round of severe weather as we went a little bit earlier in the week. Now, your temperatures yesterday were cool. 57 in Columbia, 61 in Wilmington, 57 degrees in Richmond for a high, 33 in Boone. This morning is chilly, and it's actually going to be even a little bit chillier this afternoon for highs in comparison to yesterday. So we're sitting in the 30s, a few upper 20s mixed in here and there. Certainly in the mountains, temperatures are colder. And still some wind stirring around early this morning. Wind at 12 miles per hour in Greensboro, 24 mile per hour sustained wind in Boone, and 26 mile per hour wind up in Asheville. As we go through the day, the wind not as significant today as what we've had the past couple of days, but still could see some wind gusts in the Piedmont, 15, 20 plus miles per hour, maybe 25 or 30 miles per hour in gusts up in the mountains. Due to that reason, mountain zones, Boone, Blowing Rock, up through West Jefferson and points north there, Allegheny County too, included in a wind advisory for a little while longer. Look at the snow showers back through the northeast. Many of the same spots there in the northeastern part of the country that had big thunderstorms early yesterday, now seeing snow. And that snow continues to fly in pockets of the Ohio Valley and still down into many North Carolina spots early this morning, and for a little while longer, winter weather advisory in effect for the mountains. Speaking of the mountains, check this out. There's the Beach Mountain Parkway cam from our friends there at resortcams.com. A lot of fresh snow on the ground, and it's cold. The temperature there sits at 22 high atop Beach Mountain. Similar scenario to Appalachian. Snow guns are on. Some recent snow over the past 24 hours up that way. Many of the ski resorts picked up a little bit of fresh powder. And some fantastic ski conditions as you head into the weekend. If you have a ski trip planned today or the weekend, the ski conditions will be fantastic. Some fresh powder to enjoy up that way too. High pressure building in from the west. That is a very quiet weather setup. Still a bit of a gusty northwest wind on the northwest side of that high pressure. There you see the Triad area winds on Futurecast today before they relax a good bit tonight. Highs on the cool side. I'll go 47 in the Triad, 50 in Charlotte and Raleigh, 57 down in Columbia. Lows tonight in the 20s. Cold night as we head on into the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, here we go. High pressure continues to build in. A lot of sunshine for your Saturday. A couple ticks warmer tomorrow than today, but still on the cool side. A pronounced warming trend, though, with us on Sunday. That high pressure heads to the Bahamas. Southwest wind kicks into gear on the backside of the high. So a nice warming trend for us. There's your Sunday highs, and here comes Monday. Stays pretty warm through Tuesday before our next storm system arrives. Now, there's some timing differences with the modeling on this. I'll show you the European idea here. That front gets here by Wednesday morning. So you have Tuesday night and Wednesday morning as a period of showers and thunderstorms. Timing a little bit different on the GFS. Here's what it looks like aloft on the European model. And again, that big upper level low that was further to the south yesterday. The model's converging on this solution further to the north now. This was the 0Z run, last night's run of the European, your upper level low up in the southern Great Lakes region, and that is valid Tuesday night, a little after midnight. GFS, Wednesday morning, 6 hours slower. And actually, the frontal passage on the GFS is 6 to 12 hours slower. So again, on the European, you have this scenario. There's your cold front moving through Wednesday morning, showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder. In that scenario, on the GFS model, the timing is something like this. So you get the cold front. This is Wednesday morning at daybreak. Cold front still holding to the west. But there it comes, and really it's a Wednesday afternoon event on the GFS, at least the 0Z run. A little bit of instability creeping in on the GFS, so again, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. At this point, it does not look like a huge severe weather threat. Canadian model on board with the quicker timing of this, similar timing-wise to the European. It's kind of a Tuesday night into Wednesday morning deal. And so I've leaned my forecast in that direction, late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and we'll adjust that timing further as necessary. By the way, that follows that nice period Sunday and Monday. high pressure, there it is Sunday afternoon heading to the southeast, and that's the southwesterly flow kicking into gear on the backside. All right, longer term, what are we looking at? All right, there's the 500 millibar mean, upper level chart from the Canadian ensemble. And there's your system swinging through late next week. And I should say this is late next week when you get this signal showing up of a trough in the east. And again, it's not really much of a storm system on some of the modeling, but it is certainly a trough of cooler air late next week. So let's look at that. There's your 850 or your 5,000 foot temperature deviation from average, and this is valid Friday evening of next week on the Canadian model. And again, you have that colder air in the eastern part of the country. By the way, the European model tries to bring a little clipper through Saturday, the end of next week, so 8 days from now. Tries to print out a little snow out there, but I would not put a whole lot of stock in that specific solution as of yet. Longer term, the big ridge breaks down on the Canadian ensembles as you get toward the 10th to 12th or so of March. And so you look at those 850 millibar deviation from average. Again, there you are late next week, but as you get out into the following week, some warmer air moving in, and at the end of the run, not an overly cold or warm signal. So we will see how that all plays out, but signs of that West Coast ridge trying to break down in the longer range, and once that occurs, that kind of shifts the pattern into a warmer one over the eastern part of the country, but when that flip occurs is still up in the air. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the nice weather, and God bless.